Hello, how's everybody doing? So somebody went live and then decided they wanted to sort their hair out, so that's why I took ages this morning. Hello Mac, hello Badger, hello Squish, how's everybody doing? We have a treat redeem already for Alonso's birthday. Not your birthday Mac, Alonso's birthday. Alonso is sort of looking at me half asleep at the moment. Mackie's here. Let's get some treats out. How's everyone doing? Hey Lana, how are you doing? No butts on stream, Mac. You're showing your butt, but off screen. Thank you, thank you, Philly. Thank you, Philly. As soon as I go live now, McLaren's just like, oh, I think it's time for treats, mother. Alonso, want one? I think Laser's upstairs. She might come down. She hears it. Laser. Right, Alonso gets 2 today. Mackie gets 1. And then he can go. Up you go, Mac. Good boy. Mackie, leave. Mackie, leave. Alonso. Happy birthday from Badger. And we also have I been muted? No, I'm not muted. A happy birthday from me. Did I just hear Laser come through? Can't see her. Someone's just pinged me. I'm a little bit worried that... Oh, what are you doing, Mac? What are you doing? Oh no, no one's pinged me. Sorry about the music starting. What has happened? Mackie... Right, everybody out the way now. Madness is ensuing. Right, there we go. That's all the treats for now. Maybe a bit more later, okay? Maybe some more later. No bum-bums. So this is the birthday boy. Can you see him on screen? I don't know because Mac's in the way. Someone's just like, don't touch me. Say hi. Say happy birthday. Or say it's my birthday. That's my thumb, dear. Right, both you little nutters. Mummy's streaming now. You can go back to sleep now, Alonso. Have a birthday nap. Because you're an old man now, mate. You're 1 year old now in human years. That means you're an old man. You gotta go to sleep. And nap. Have a granny nap. The pair of you. Alonso's like, okay, I go granny nap now. Are you gonna granny nap, Mac, or are you gonna sit there and stare at me? Licking your lips. How's everybody's weekend going so far? Mine is going well. I took my car in to get its tyre sorted out. I did a bit of tidying up. And then I didn't know what to do with myself, so I thought, you know what, I'll do a stream. How old did they turn? So Alonso turned 1 today. Mac, it's his birthday next week. He will be 5, I think. Are you 5 next week, Mac? And then Laser's birthday's next month. And she will turn 6. Or will she turn 7? Are you 6? Are you 5 already, Mac? I think you're 5 already. I think Mac turns 6 and Laser turns 7 actually, because I'm pretty certain Laser's at the age where she's turning into a senior cat. Very sleepy, Badger. Are you? Is it still roasting hot down there? Yeah, they're still young, although Laser is technically going to be classed as a senior cat soon. Didn't realise Mac was that old. Yeah, he's an old boy, aren't you, Mac? Because I must have had you a good couple of years before COVID, and it's been like 3 years since COVID now, hasn't it, mate? You gonna high five? Nope. Go on then, off you pop, and Mummy can play a game. Or are you just gonna sit there? It's like, stroke me, bitch. It's not your birthday though, mate. You're demanding all the attention and it's not your birthday. Shall I get a kiss off you? Have a kissy? Come on, do a high five. Go on, show us how clever you are. High five. High five and it can be your birthday. It's not a high five, Pickle. You're so covered in fluff. Oh, sorry, chat. That was McLaren. You're typing things in chat for Mackie. It's not as hot today right now, but it will change. Yeah, it's not too bad here at the minute. It's really cloudy. It's still quite warm, but it's not as warm as it's been. Right. He's toddled off now to the other end of the table. And his tail is dangerously close to being in my cup of tea, but that's on him. So what we'll do, we will hop over. We're going to continue with coffee talk again. And maybe we'll be able to get Gala's Fury sedative today. I also want to have a look just to see if there's some different game modes, because someone mentioned last time about challenge mode, and I've been looking at the achievements that you can get, and there's some stuff in there that looked like there's probably some different modes. Where is my there she is. Here we are. Let me plink desktop audio on so that you can hear the music too. Oh, endless mode. Extras. Okay, well we'll carry on playing the story and then we'll look at those afterwards, I guess. See if we can remember the voices. Probably can't. Everyone will have different accents this time, obviously, naturally. Oh, this is a new person. Good evening, sir. Hello. Oh, he's an agent. I'm from the Federal Immigration Regulation and Enforcement Division. Or FIRE for short. He looks a bit mean. How may I help you? We've heard reports of alien sightings in this area. Uh-oh. Poor Neil. We take the issue of illegal interstellar immigration seriously. Have you seen any creatures that you would consider to be alien in nature? Nope. Nope, not at all. It doesn't sound good. No, it does not sound good for little Neil. Sorry, I'm just adjusting my cables so that I'm not trapped to my headset. I don't think so. But what should I be looking for? What's the alien look like? We're not 100% sure. But according to some eyewitnesses, it's wearing a spacesuit or something similar. ... That's a pretty eye-catching outfit. You'd think an illegal alien would try to blend in better, right? To avoid attention, you know? That is a very good point. In fact, there might be a solid possibility that we have been running around after false testimonies. They are superior creatures after all. Oh, interesting. So we're under the assumption that aliens are superior here. Thank you for the help. If you see any suspicious activities, please contact us through our website. Will do, sir. You don't want to drink anything before leaving? We're good. Take care on your way. Interesting, interesting. Who's going to come in now? Phew, you really need to be more careful, Neil. Huh? Let me guess, it's Neil. No, it's... yeah. Aqua. Good evening, Carrie. Yo. Hello, Miss Aqua, Miss Myrtle. Have you both been somewhere together? We planned to meet here. It's just a coincidence we arrived at the same time. Would you like to order anything? Do you want to order first? Nah, you go first. Okay. Can I have a cup of green tea with a lot of mint? Right, so green tea with a lot of mint would suggest green tea and 2 mints. You don't put milk in a green tea, do you? Nah. I'm gonna have a sup of my tea while that makes. They're cute together. They are. They are very cute. Marrakesh. I feel like that's a new drink we've not made before. Your drink's ready. Ooh, this looks really fresh. I call this Marrakesh, inspired by its origin. I need to move my microphone this way a little bit because I've noticed I've got an exclamation point and my microphone's in the way. Marrakesh in Morocco? I heard the people there really love tea. Let's give this a try then. Oh, she's even got painted blue nails. Oh my. It's warm but very refreshing. No wonder Morocco is often associated with tea. How about you, Miss Myrtle? Do you want to order anything right away? Sure. I'll have the Tetarik. I do not know what that is. What is a Tetarik? I might have to Google this. Aqua. Mermaid from Atlantis and a friendly introvert tea lover. Favourite things are her grandma. Moved to Seattle to achieve my dream of advancing technology as far as we can, trying to find the place and person where I belong, doing something I love. Right, let me have a Google of Tetarik. Popular hot milk tea beverage. What is it made of? Black tea, condensed milk, and evaporated milk. Okay. So I guess tea, milk, and milk? I guess? Maybe? Should we do some latte art? There is an achievement for having done like an hour of latte art, so I am going to do some latte art. I wish you could make the pour thing thicker. Let's see what this does a minute. Ooh. What did that do? I don't really know. This is... what is this going to be? What are we going to do this into? This is like being on acid as you're walking into a tunnel. This is what... that's why I call this latte art. Being on acid as you walk into a tunnel. There we go. Perfect. Here's your order. Huh? Is there anything wrong? More like, is there anything right? Because it's not what I ordered at all. What? Oh, I'm sorry. Let me fix it for you. No need. But make sure it doesn't happen again, okay? Wow, so what is it then? What will it be? Because how do you do... how... Because it literally just said tea and milk, didn't it? Maybe it's like more tea than milk then. Maybe it's like... because it said black tea, didn't it? Black tea with milk, which makes no sense because that makes it a white tea. So maybe it's more tea, less milk. It didn't tell me what that called it either, did it? Or maybe it did, I just didn't pay any attention. So, how are things going in the office? As usual, tiring. But thanks to you and your team, we've made some good progress with a problem we've been stuck on for a while. I'm glad I could be of help. Hey Tuna, how are you doing? It's not every day our research can have an impact as direct as this. TT milk? Okay, we will do that next time, if there is a next time. Only a few weeks after publication, no less. The thing is, even with your help, we still need to do a ridiculous amount of overtime to make sure the game will be available for the holiday season. Oh, I want to say please don't forget to rest. But I'm sure it won't be that easy for you and the team. Grand, how am I? I'm good, thank you. What fiascos are we cooking up? Well, apparently we've just cooked up a terrible Tetarik, however you say it, because we did it wrong. So that's the first fiasco we've had today. Huh. As if those executives care about us. Overtime is not mandatory, they'll say. Please see your family, get some rest. But we all know that optional overtime is a passive-aggressive move. We'll stay longer in the office anyway, because if you go home earlier than the others, you'll feel bad for them. You'll feel guilty. I understand that so much. Oh yes, of course, we've got an agent searching for the spaceman, but we might have possibly thrown him off the scent because we were like, well, that would be a stupid outfit to be wearing if you were trying to be inconspicuous. I hate to admit it, but yeah, it's guilt. I wish I could help you, or at least say something to boost your morale. Sadly, I'm not the right person to give you advice about that. For guilt is something that also bothers me a lot, even for the things I shouldn't feel guilty about. And you know what makes it worse? I know the state of the industry, but it still saddens me to realise that my favourite series was born out of such sacrifice. I'm sorry I ruined the mood for everyone. Don't worry about it, Aqua. I'm not that bad off, you know. At least the company gives us decent compensation. Healthcare, bonuses and so on. And we're already used to this. So don't you worry about me, okay? Getting used to unhealthy working conditions shouldn't be a norm. Hey, cheer up. Remember, your research helped us out a lot. Thanks to you, the rest of the development is going to be much easier. How's your game doing, by the way? Actually, I have some good news about it. What is it? The game got approved to be showcased at Max West this year. That's really good news. Congrats. Thank you. So, what's the problem then? I haven't confirmed my attendance to the organiser. Why? Confirm it, fast. Before they give your spot to another indie. I'm just not sure about it. What's stopping you? Cost? The booth is free for indies. That's good then, and the event's even in Seattle. You don't need to spend anything on travel or accommodation. It's a golden ticket. But I'm not that confident. You passed the selection process, right? That should be enough validation to reassure you of the game's quality. If I'm not mistaken, the judges are usually prolific people in the industry, and also senior journalists. I know, but I've told you about my game, right? It's pretty non-traditional, and thousands of people will be visiting Max, expecting Full Metal Conflict and other bigger games. Myrtle should go with her, she totally should. Totally. Maybe they could, like, be on the booths right next to each other with both of their games. Every game has its own market, you know. And you'll be in the indie area. People know what to expect there. Gamers aren't stupid. Huh? Some of us are. What if some haters visit the booth? What if they don't like my game and say bad things about it? Or about me? That's not gonna happen. It's an expo, not the internet. People are way nicer in real life. Humph. Even after all that, I'll still be there by myself for the whole event. That one is a problem, yeah. Meeting that many people is already scary enough. Doing it for 4 days straight, showing my baby to the public. I just can't imagine the horror. Who's she texting? You know what? Huh? So far my schedule is pretty empty around then. If things stay this way until Max, I'll come with you. No, you don't. Oh, my voice went really high then. No, you don't have to do that. Even if you're free then. You shouldn't waste your time on me. Relax or something. Checking a calendar, yeah. Nah, it's no bother. I'll be going to the event anyway. Might as well come with an exhibitor badge. What about your company's booth? Don't worry about it. There are hundreds of us. I can just ask my lead to skip this year. I'm coming with you, whether you like it or not. Okay. Good. Now, what are you going to show the game on? I have a laptop and a smartphone. Is the Expo build ready? Expo build? You're not planning to showcase the full version, right? That's the plan. Don't. I can give you the guidelines on what to have for the Expo build. Do you have the game with you now? It's on my phone. I can send you the build now if you want. Do so. Okay. ... Got it. Now, let's see. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. Who is this? Oh, it's Rachel. Wonder if she's spoken to her dad yet. Did Rachel have a voice? I can't remember. She must have a nice voice because she's a singer. Hello, Miss Rachel. Hi, Carrie. What's wrong? Shock face. Huh? Nothing. I've just been practicing all day and I'm pretty tired. Are you having a concert soon? Don't tell anyone yet. It will be announced tomorrow. But I'm going to perform at Couchella next week. Couchella sounds like a good show. Just sit on a couch. Rachel's bow is kind of like Tokyo Mew Mew's cat bows. I've not heard of those, but that sounds super cute. It is a super cute bow. They're still adding new performers? Yeah, you might say that those announced this late are backups. Oh, but it's still the biggest festival in the country. Yes. Did I just kick a cat? No, I didn't. And I'm excited for it. I think I should celebrate with a special drink. Something sweet. What do you want to order? A sweet hot chocolate. A sweet hot chocolate, right. So she wants chocolate powder. Right, no, not that. Chocolate, honey, and milk? That's not hot though. How do you make a hot chocolate hot? We'll go with that and hope it's alright. Cocoa, milk, and honey. Chocobi Miracle. I think that might be a new one as well. It is, we've got an exclamation mark. So should I call you Carrie or Fiasco? Carrie, basically I'm called Caroline, so Carrie is like my nickname. Or Cat Lady. Cat Lady is fine too. Right, what does it say? What have we got in exclamation points here? I'm Rachel Florencia. You might have seen me on your screen singing, dancing or modelling, working on a new album right now, especially for you. Okay. And we discovered Chocobi Miracle. Excellent. Oh, it looks pretty. And it's warm and sweet. I love it. Please don't hesitate to call me if you need anything else. Thanks. Other than the instruction on the loading screen, try putting a time limit on how long they can play. Why? Wouldn't that break their immersion? Probably, but in case there's a good reaction to it, you might have people lining up to play your game. Don't want to make them wait too long. Yes, hi Hoodlum. Is Hoodlum okay to call you as well? That's a good point. I don't think I actually know your name. I hope you're having a good weekend so far. That makes sense. If you don't want to put a time limit on it, try ending the demo with a cliffhanger. Hoodlum's fine? Awesome. That should get people's attention. Noted. Who's coming in now? Rachel's dad. Dad? What are you doing here? After what you did at the studio this evening.
I was worried. I couldn't find you anywhere around the studio. So I thought you'd be here. But we can not just limit ourselves to this place. ...
And now you're causing another ruckus.
We're sorry, Carrie. We didn't mean to cause you any problems.
You are sorry? I don't have anything to be sorry for. Oh.
Well, anyway, I better order something.
What are you having?
What would you recommend?
Might I suggest a cup of Spanish Sahara?
Oh, what is that?
It's basically hot chocolate with milk and ginger.
Sounds delicious. I'll take that Spanish Sahara.
Right. Hot chocolate with milk and ginger was that, I think. Hopefully that's in the right order. Spanish Sahara. Oh, it looks like it's got a churro in it. Oh, I love churros. Actually sounds like a really nice hot chocolate. It does. Some of these drinks do sound quite nice. I'm not a coffee person, but yeah, some of them are sounding good. Your drink is ready, sir.
My. This is amazing.
Glad you like it. Dad?
Yes?
Please just go home after you finish your drink.
Not until you leave that good-for-nothing pervert.
I need him. He's gonna help me become more successful.
I know Morris. He's not a good person.
The industry's changed, Dad. It's not like 20 years ago. Besides, since you left, he's been growing his brand, making his name, managing a lot of stars so they become superstars.
I still have my informants in the industry. He hasn't changed much, and even if he has, it wasn't for the better.
You're just being paranoid. First you were afraid of how many fans would treat me, now you're afraid of the industry too. What's next? You'll lock me in the house because you're afraid of the air I'm breathing?
You're just too young to understand.
Then make me understand, because this is definitely not happening. There are better ways. Didn't you learn anything from Mum? Dad is right for the wrong reasons. Yeah, I think, like, he's very protective, and he's just a bit too overprotective. You were together for almost 15 years, but you learned nothing, not even how to talk to your own daughter.
Dadbase. Rachel, I'm sorry, but I'm trying, okay?
Try harder, because right now, you're not helping anyone. Not me, not you, no one.
I know, but give me a chance. You know what? It will take time for me to learn, but I am learning. Or, you know, I could return to the industry. I could try to be your manager.
Dad, are you out of your mind? You've been out of touch for so long.
I told you, I have informants there. I'm not that out of touch. Of course, there are things I need to figure out. But
It doesn't work that way, Dad. Sorry to interrupt, but can I have a large mocha to go, please? Of course you can, Rob. If I knew what a mocha was. Is that just like milk and chocolate? It's not actually got coffee in it, because it's a mocha, right? I'm just going to finish my tea because it's really, really cold. Well, not really, really cold, but it's gone cold. How are you doing, Rob? You know that. Going from a girl band to a solo career won't be easy. If I take things slow, I'll lose all my momentum. It's got coffee, but a chocolatey coffee? Ah, okay.
If you don't want me to be your manager, can you at least choose someone other than Morris?
I don't think so. Mr. Lester is at the height of his career now. He's my best chance right now. Don't be too paranoid, okay? I've made my decision. Now, please go home. Relax, and don't ever come to the studio again. I'm going back there. I need to practice for the festival. It's only a few days away, and it's a big chance to boost my presence as a solo artist.
When are you going to be home?
I don't know. I'll be staying at the hotel the label provided.
But that's...
See you, Dad.
Wait, Rachel.
Optional ingredient, chocolate sauce, cinnamon, marshmallow and chantilly cream. Ooh, that does sound good.
Excuse me for a moment, Carrie.
Oh, Papa gone to cry. No, maybe he's gone to run after her. I'm sorry about what just happened. You don't have to apologise.
Yeah, we were busy minding our own business anyway.
What? You didn't hear their argument, Myrtle?
Of course I heard them. I just chose to ignore most of it.
What's my go-to drink at the Cat Cafe? I literally just have tea or a Fanta normally when I go to the Cat Cafe. They did at one point do, what was it? I can't remember what it was called now, but it was kind of like a... It was like a toffee flavoured coffee, but they would make it for me without the coffee in, and it was just like, so it was basically just milk and toffee flavoured whatever, and it was really, really nice. It's none of my business, is it? That's amazing. You have a cappuccino, please? Don't know how to make one of those either. I know nothing about coffee, because I don't drink coffee.
What's so amazing about that?
I don't think I can do that. Dividing and focusing my attention so completely. Especially when there's an argument like that.
Are you saying you weren't listening to my advice and you were focusing on them instead?
No, I was listening. I made notes.
See, you didn't even realise, but you're capable of focusing your attention.
Now that you mention it, it happens naturally, I guess. Baby toffee? Yeah, I guess that might be what it was called. I'm not allergic to caffeine, I never really liked coffee. Just don't like the taste of it. Cappuccino is an espresso-based coffee drink that's traditionally prepared with steamed milk foam. Oh. Being born into a big family is useful after all.
Yeah, sometimes we don't even realise what we're capable of doing.
Chocolate dust on top, obviously, yes. Have to have the chocolate.
By the way, you want to head back now?
Yeah, it's pretty late.
Yo, Carrie, we're leaving.
Hope you had a good time. Thank you for the drinks, as usual. Please take care on your way home. A latte is like that, but just very milky. Only drinking before 11 AM due to the lactose in it. Ah. See, that's one thing I'm glad I'm not lactose intolerant, because I do really like milk. I guess that's all for Oh, no. Oh, he's back. Oh, you're back, Mr. Hendry. He's back. Are you alright, sir? I don't think he's alright. Sir?
Oh. Yes. Please don't worry about me.
Did you manage to catch up with Miss Rachel?
No. I lost her.
I'm sorry to hear that. But I'm sure she's alright. You eating lunch? What are you eating, Rob?
I hope you're right.
By the way, pardon me for asking.
Yes?
Throughout your arguments with Miss Rachel, something kept bugging me. Yes, Squish, go and have some food. Pasties, ooh, nice.
What's that?
Why did you leave the music industry?
Now that's a trip down memory lane.
You don't have to tell me if it makes you uncomfortable.
Oh no, it's fine. I left around 20 years ago, just as we were welcoming the beginning of the new millennium. It was a great time for girl bands, you know? They were huge in the 90s, and they were still enjoying the leftover sensation of the past decade. I met my wife while working. She worked for a record label. That's how we met. I decided to get married and settle down. I wanted a peaceful life.
You didn't find peace managing girl bands?
Oh gosh, no. The politics, the dark side of the industry, none of it's good. But what hit me hardest was the fans. Toxic fans are the worst.
This is like so on theme for what is going on at the moment in a fandom that I'm in, which is brilliant. And yes, the music industry is incredibly awful.
The teenage girls especially, they were crazy about their idols, to the point where they started doing really unimaginable stuff.
Like what?
Spending all their money trying to copy the superstar lifestyle, abandoning their responsibilities, their families. And the men, they were even worse. They sexualized the girl in every way you could possibly imagine. Edited photos, stalking, outright sexual assault. It was before the internet, mind you. I mean, the internet existed, but it wasn't as mainstream as it is now. It wasn't even the target of the... I wasn't even the target of the abuse. But it haunted me. It was everywhere.
Yeah, I definitely think the music industry is probably... Squish! Thank you for gifting some subs. Who got them? Duncan, Lorna, Kat, Zenbear, and Hoodlum. At you indeed, Squishy. Thank you. What do you mean I can't shout at you? Yes, I can. Go and get some dinner now. Now you've done that. Naughty Squish. Thank you very much, Squishy. That's very cheeky.
But it haunted me. It was everywhere. Don't talk to me about peace. I couldn't sleep back then. Not getting enough sleep is dangerous for cats.
Very good point. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. You will, Squish. You're gonna go and get food and you're gonna tell me what you're eating. Sounds like the music industry can be amazing but so scary sometimes. Yeah, I think a lot of like industries where people essentially like they own people and it's those people that make the money, there's always like toxic stuff going on behind the scenes and things that you find out about when a brave person gets attacked and they come out and you know, force the world to look at what's going on. I've known you for 3 or 4 years now, naturally cheeky. This is very true, Squish, this is very true. All of the capitalism, indeed, Oro. How are you doing? What do you do for a living now?
After we got married, my wife and I opened a record store. It's not big, but we have a very specific audience. We're niche, but they love us for it. It's more than enough for our little family.
You said you're still in touch... My tongue is getting very tied. You said you're still in touch with your friends in the music industry.
They visit my place from time to time, and we all meet up at least once a year. Usually it's at my place. Gosh, look at the time. I should go home too.
Are you going to be alright by yourself?
Don't worry about me. I'm an old cat. We're stronger than most people think. See you later, Carrie. And sorry for bringing our fight to your place.
Don't worry about it.
Alright then, goodbye.
Yeah, record labels, it's like Taylor Swift and what she went through and like how she's had to make like her own versions of the music and stuff like that. And I think especially now with streaming, it's almost even worse because bands and like musicians and stuff are literally only really making money off merchandise and gigs, so they're like forced to work even harder because it's not just like the buying of I'll allow that, sorry. It's not just like buying CDs that making them money. They're not making any money really from streams. Russian tea. So that looks like lemon. That looks like aniseed, really, doesn't it? I don't know. Right, another new day. Oh wow, a movie set's about singers and bands. That's really interesting. Rob found it fine when he worked in Hollywood. Yeah, I think a lot of bands, like, they go down other sort of roads to try and make money, but it's not always successful. Right. Coachella organizer reminds parents not to allow their children to attend unsupervised. Rachel Florentia confirmed to perform at Coachella 2020. Gil Naiman and Maruki Harukami to collaborate for a new IP. Ooh. Here we go. Sorry, we're not open yet. Which is why I'm going to look at my phone and figure out what these are. Are we like besties with Hendry? Not yet. My self-summary. Music enthusiast and father. Brewpad should tell us the Spanish Sahara now. How many have we got left to make? I bet there's loads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, blah, 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 about 20. Love Gil Naiman, exactly. Oh, Neil, you've come very early today. Is there anything I can help you with? We can't be seen with Neil. There is definitely something that you can do. What is it? Can we work here? Excuse me? What? Is it possible for us to work here? So, okay. Our little robot alien friend wants a job here, which I presume will mean he would end up being able to get a visa and not being an illegal alien, I guess. Hearing your actual name in video games is really, really weird. I'm going to assume that that means that your actual name is Neil then. What? Why? We have learned something precious since we first arrived here. Communication is very important on Earth, and Earthlings communicate in a very complicated way. It blows our mind to learn that you need to mix between verbal and non-verbal communication here. Yes, but I can see that your communication skill has improved an awful lot since you arrived. That is true. Have I played To the Moon? I have not. What is that? I feel like somebody may have mentioned something like that last stream. Is Neil actually still looking for love on dating apps or not? Last stream he was, I want to say flirting, but very badly, with Freya. And by flirting, I mean trying to get her to marry him so that they could do the Humpy Dumpy. But it is not enough. Some of the biggest lessons about Earthlings we have learned, we learned them here. This made us think, instead of focusing on finding a breeding partner, we should focus on learning how to communicate with Earthlings properly. Okay, so take back what I said, Lana. We are now learning communication rather than trying to mate. Sounds like a good strategy. That is why we asked you to allow us to work here. Because you want to interact with our customers. That is correct. I'm not sure about this. You would say better strategy. Yeah, I feel like that is a good place to start. Neil, normally if you're applying for a job on Earth, you have to go through certain processes before you finally get the job, if you get it at all. I'll stream it though because I will cry. Oh. Let me think this over if you don't mind. And I'll let you know tomorrow. Oh, no. We are sorry for our spontaneity, but it has to be today. May I know why? Because we are leaving for an event tomorrow. Okay. Okay. Thank you. But with one condition, you won't be making any drinks. I'll handle that. Once I'm done, you'll give the cup to the customer. Understood. There are other things you need to keep in mind. What is that? Dealing with the customers. Some people come here just to chill. They might come just for a drink, work, or to read something. I strongly suggest you let them be, but always be prepared if they want to talk about anything. Oh no, did I go? Did I disappear? Oh, it's Rob that's back. Rob's back. How was your dinner? For 10 seconds. Oh, no, I went. Okay, oh, sorry. Sorry, I didn't know that. I'm back. Woohoo. Nothing really happened. We've given Neil the job. How can we know whether people want to be left alone or not? That won't be easy, but you'll be able to judge based on their body language. Non-verbal signs? Yes. That will be very hard for us. Indeed. Don't worry. I'll give you a sign when you should start talking or when you should stop. Thank you. We will need that so much. Well, that's basically all you need to do here. Do we need a special outfit to do the job? Not really. I'll lend you an apron though, to help keep your suit clean and to differentiate you from the customers. You don't really need more differentiation, but it will make you look more legit for the job. That is a very Earthling thing to do. What about Agent Fire? Exactly. I'm a little bit unsure why we're going mental and just allowing them in. Like, a little bit weird. It is. Alright then. Are you ready for this? We are. Okay. Let's start the night. Oh, 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 here we go. Welcome. Oh, shock face. Holy wow. What the hell is happening? Good evening, Miss Freya. Hey, Carrie, what's going on here? Well, Neil is working here tonight. And I thought I was the one who brought bad news. I never thought this place would be ground zero for an alien invasion. It's not that. Neil is just helping out. You've never looked like someone who needs help. There are a few things to clarify, Miss Freya. First, our mission was never about conquering Earth. In fact, it is the other way around. Second, judging from the situation, we are actually the person who is getting help from the barrister. Not the other way round. What? We have learned some things since we arrived and we came to a conclusion. Before starting another breeding mission, we should learn more about how Earthlings communicate. We thought this place was the best place to learn. And you just agreed to this? On one condition. I make the drinks. Neil will only be here to serve and communicate. Fair trade. What's in it for you then? What? You're helping them here. What do you get in return? Now that you mention it, if there's anything you want from us, please do not hesitate to ask. Don't mention it. Well, maybe you can be my next story. I can write an article about your work here. Freya? If I still need to write for the paper again. ... What happened? The chief found out. Uh-oh. Is that why you didn't come yesterday? Yeah. How did she find out? Why does Neil actually want a kid? I don't know. Did we find that out? I can't remember. I don't think we actually know why he wants to breed. He just said that he wants to breed. And he's looking for a breeding partner. I don't recall if we know why. How did she find out? You remember my fateful meeting with the higher up? In the elevator. Neil can supply Mars bars or a Milky Way. Oh my god, I love Milky Ways. I've not had one in so long. I would totally hire an alien for a Milky Way. The same thing happened with my chief. They met each other in the lift, and the higher-up mentioned our encounter to her. Uh-oh. The chief called me into her office and things went downhill from there. She realised immediately that it was the reason for my poor performance lately. She didn't like it, of course. I'm sorry to hear that. What are you going to do now? Write the goddamn novel, I guess. Milky Way crispy rolls are where it's at. I've never had one of those, but they do look really tasty. And after that, I hope that it sells well. If not, I don't know. We do not understand what is really happening, Miss Freya, but we feel the immense sadness and frustration you feel. We deep fry everything in Scotland? Not everything. I've never had a deep fried Mars. I've never had a deep fried. Well, I have had deep fried stuff, but not a Mars bar or Milky Way. How about a warm cup of drink? It is on the house. Okay, he's just started working here and he's giving away blooming chocolate. You're allowed to do that? We will pay for the drink. No, it's okay. It's on the house. Yeah, we don't deep fry everything, we just have the ability to deep fry everything. Deep fried Mars bar is good but extremely rich. I don't know if I'd like it. Like, do you eat it warm? That's my confusion. Would you eat it warm or would you let it cool down? Do you eat it with a knife and fork or do you eat it with your hands? It sounds too complicated for me. There's a TikTok page called Does It Fry? Yes, I've seen that. Like anything and everything just gets thrown in the fryer. Sounds a bit scary. Like, do you put panade around it? Let it cool down a bit or it'll burn your mouth. Deep fried Milky Way is just the best. Oh man, I'm gonna have to try it. Like, I don't think I've even been somewhere where they like offer it. I need to find it out. I need to go somewhere and find one and be like, do you know what? I've been in Scotland for like 12 years now. Let's try it. Redeem Hydrate, thank you. I was just thinking my voice is sounding a bit. Let's have a sip. Right, so Freya's getting a drink on the house. On the house. That was a nice thing to do, Neil. That was the best thing to do according to our senses. It was. So, oh no. So, what do you want to drink, Miss Freya? Your favourite. Our favourite? Anything. I trust you with the decision. Ooh, so we get to play around now. What should we make? I think we should do a coffee. What have we not done? Should we do like a really lemony coffee? No. A coffee. What we could, something sweet probably, because she had a meth talk with her boss. That's true. Is that cinnamon? Cinnamon's not sweet, is it? It's warm. I feel like we've done this before. Maybe let's go cocoa powder, mint, and honey. I don't think we've done that before. Let's see what that makes. Mint honey chocolate. I don't know if we've already made one of those. I don't think we have. I've not seen that picture before. Ah, no, it's not come up here, I don't think. Here is your drink. Coffee, Milky Way and cinnamon. Yeah, if we had a Milky Way, I would have done that. Especially crafted by the owner of this coffee shop. Well, who else is going to brew it? So have we already had that one? I'm sad. No. So this obviously just doesn't exist. Did we do coffee or did we do tea? Coffee, ginger, milk. Coffee, milk, milk, coffee, coffee, milk, coffee, 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 ginger, milk. chocolate, honey, cinnamon. Oh, it was chocolate, wasn't it? Chocolate, honey. Yeah, so it's just not come up. So that obviously it wasn't actually a drink that we can make then. Rude. Thank you so much for this. I always wondered why your place only served hot drinks, but today I might have an idea why. Ask for a Spanish Sahara the next time you're in a cafe. Are you saying that in a sense of because of this, or because you think they're nice? Because I can't remember if you were here when we made one of those early, like literally like half an hour ago. Today I might have an idea why. How far along are you with the novel? I can prepare the draft in a few days, I think. Now that I don't really need to care about other deadlines. And if I manage to infuse some coffee and creativity into my blood, that sounds doable, even without the caffeine infusion. Excuse me, Miss Freya. We have learned extensively about Earthlings' bodies, about all the races, and we do not think infusing your blood with coffee would be advisable. Wondering if they have any idea what one is. That is true. I feel like it's probably actually a drink. I don't think they would have just made them up. Like, maybe if we start, like, making vampire drinks with blood in, then you'd maybe not be able to find them in a normal coffee shop, but... I'm sorry, Neil. I'm not really in the mood for this sort of conversation. It was just... Neil. Freya wasn't serious about infusing herself with coffee. ... In the Netherlands and Germany, it's not something I've ever heard. Yeah, I've never heard of it before. Maybe an American thing? Oh. We are glad to hear that, then. It was a figure of speech, Neil. Ah, we have heard about that term. It is still very hard to understand your language. It will always be hard. Languages will keep on changing. Understood. At least we are here now to learn the basics of how Earthlings communicate. Not sure if it's a common thing, but I would be able to make it no problem. Because it sounds quite logical. Yeah, it does sound like the kind of thing that you'd maybe think, that actually sounds quite nice. Miss Freya, if we may ask away. How fast do you write? Not fast enough, apparently. But do you have numbers? Numbers? How many words do you produce per day? I don't think I have the exact number, but full-time, I should be able to write between 3,000 and 5,000 words a day. That's a lot. That's raw. After that, I still need to edit it. I usually end up with about half of what I originally wrote. According to our research, the standard number of words for the thing you need to write is between 50 and 100,000. That's right. But for this draft, I don't need to write that much. That is pleasant information to hear. How many words do you need to write? Let's see. I think it should be around 15,000 words. That's pretty big for a pitch draft. Well, it's GRA Media, the biggest publisher around. If we count based on number of words, it seems like you will be able to achieve your target easily. Ha 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 ha. I wish. Writing isn't only about the number of words, Neil. It requires things outside the mere word count. If we only judged writers by their ability to write a large number of words, then we wouldn't have poetry or short stories. That is pretty hard to understand. But we learned beforehand that art is a difficult matter. Even for Earthlings. Yup. Earthlings seem to have a fascination for things which are hard to understand. From languages to arts. Yup, right again. But you're not that wrong about writing, you know. Word count is one of the few things you can objectively judge a story by. It's not the most important thing, but it's still up there. So it is still a valid parameter. You have no idea what's going on either? Definitely. As in the game entirely, or just in life? Cool. Ha 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 ha. That didn't sound at all like you, Neil. Oh, art. Yeah, no, I don't understand art very often. I don't really understand poetry as well. Like, I really enjoy reading books, but poetry and art, like, I don't always get them. In fact, it's very rare that I'm like, oh, I get that kind of thing, you know? There's a big pigeon outside our house, and McLaren's just sat right at the window watching it. I guess you really are learning something on Earth. Who's this? Oh, another guest. It's Myrtle. Good evening, Miss Myrtle. ... She's like, what the hell has happened here? I won't even ask. Except for one thing. Who's making the drinks? I'm still the one responsible for that. Good. Coffee with a little bit of ginger, please. Coffee with a little bit of ginger. I would go with coffee, ginger, but I want to see if I've already done that. I haven't. Coffee, ginger. Brew. Have an art degree, even studied art and history, but once a classmate went full on how this white canvas was amazing, and I really went, it's a white canvas, so art is hard for everyone in different parts. Yeah, I think it's all about like how you view it. Like, somebody can look at a white canvas and immediately understand, like, oh yeah, this is what the artist meant by literally doing, either not doing anything on the canvas or just painting it white. Whereas other people will be like, well, what was the point in that? Like, I could have stuck a canvas up and not painted on it, kind of thing. It's like when you see people and they're like there was a thing in the news recently, like there was an art exhibit that was literally just a banana, and some student ate the banana, we're not realising that it was the exhibit. And like, that's me level thing. I think my stream must have stopped and started because I've just realised I've got notifications of going live in the thingy. So sorry about that. Your order is ready. Oh, we got a exclamation mark. Got a bird bath in the garden. The pigeons have taken over it. There are lots of pigeons in my garden normally. They come because I've got like a seed thing for them, but they can't fit in the seed thing. Game programmer working on Full Metal Conflict series. And we should now have, yeah, a Jahi Tubruk. Ginger presides over the ground coffee at the bottom of the cup, originally from Indonesia. Not bad. Thanks. Oh good, we got it right this time. Even to that, the art industry has put random stuff in museums, like toilets. Yeah, it's mental. It's just like, sometimes I'm just like, how much thought actually went into that? Like, when you're at school and you're like ripping a book to parts about like what all these like symbolic things mean and stuff like that, how much of that was actually what the writer thought about, and how much of it is just stuff that we've like read into it rather than was deliberately put in as well. Don't feel it anymore for now, so the pigeons will move on. That's sad. Pigeons deserve a bath. You are welcome. What brings you here today, Miss Myrtle? Psst, Neil, some people come to a coffee shop just to shit. Not to shit, to sit without being disturbed. Oh, that definitely seems to fit Miss Myrtle's visits here. Actually, I'm not here to just sit without being disturbed. Pardon us. I was just training Neil on how to talk with the customers here. I can see that. You're still trying to get laid. Oh. No, we are not. We are tasked with learning how Earthlings communicate with each other. Not when they're bullying other birds and won't let them use... That's fair, yeah, true. Most of the birds in my garden are sort of like... There's like... I guess there's a hierarchy, but they don't really like bite as such. They have like their own set times when they come and do stuff. Yeah, that's a step in the right direction. One suggestion, if you want to blend in with us, stop using such formal language.
Start talking the way we talk. Start listening the way we listen. Which, essentially, is not really listening at all.
That would be very difficult to achieve, but we will try. Step by step. One small step for you might be one giant leap for your kind. That was nicely said, Miss Freya. By the way, Miss Myrtle, now that we know you are not here for your usual activities, are you here for someone then?
Yeah.
Oh, is it Aqua?
Uh-huh.
What's the occasion?
No special occasion. It's just...
they're on a date. Here comes Aqua. Here she is. I'm sorry. I'm late. I was supposed to leave early, but... What is this? What's happening here? I already told the barista to call the cops when he said he was going to breed here. Where is Carrie?
Miss Aqua, please relax. I'm here. Freya being the supportive wingwoman. Aqua is cute. She is so cute.
Oh, you're safe. Yes, everything is fine. Oof. Okay. Please let me take a breath.
Here, please drink this water.
Feeling better now?
Oh, she has a steaming cup of water.
Yes. I'm sorry. It is alright, Miss Aqua. Everyone has been surprised to see me here. What are you doing here anyway? We are starting to think that we might need to make a recording for the answer to this question. You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. No problem, Miss Aqua. It is time for our break anyway. So here is the deal.
Mate, you've literally been working for like 20 minutes. It's not time for a break.
That's really interesting.
Oh, no, that was Aqua's voice. Sorry, she wasn't taking the piss out of Neil. Come on, Barbie, let's go party. Yeah.
Very nice of you to do this, Carrie.
It's nothing, really.
Would you really think one day is enough to learn everything? Definitely not. But we do not want to disturb this place's business for any longer.
As if this place cares about business.
Besides, we want to travel around the planet more. This coffee shop is a good start, but we cannot limit ourselves to just this place. Where do you want to go after this? Couchella.
He's going to Couchella.
What?
What are you going to do at Couchella?
According to our research, there are many breedings happening during Couchella. That is why we decided that the event will be our next target.
Well, you're not wrong, but didn't you say the baby has to be born out of love?
Yes, we noticed that. But we also noticed that we needed to know a lot more about Earthlings, including the breeding manners. It is what we will study in Couchella.
Wow.
After that, we will be very ready to breed with so many female Earthlings.
So is he going to practice breeding, or is he just going to observe breeding? I shouldn't say this, but hell, that sounds like the best plan you've had since you got here.
We know. We also surprised ourselves, but please, Miss Freya, let us stop talking about our plan.
Learning how to drive a bike before getting one, exactly.
We work here today. First, let us return to our spot behind the bar.
Okay, break's over.
So our discussion with Miss Myrtle was stopped abruptly.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. What are you two doing together?
It's nothing, we're just friends, you know.
We just want to hang out and talk about our work. We both work in the same field, remember?
Yes, that's it. I don't have that much experience in game development, you see.
I thought your research was in computer graphics.
Yes, but I've never made a game from scratch before. I was always a bystander, so I've been asking Myrtle for feedback from time to time. Today I wanted to thank her directly, but she arrived first, so I couldn't buy her a drink. Never mind that. I'd refuse it anyway. But... wait. If you want to thank her directly, does it mean you're done with the game? Excuse me, Miss Freya. It should be your... not your... Oh, you are... oh, so you are correcting my grammar now, huh? It was a slip of the tongue, okay? I'm sorry. How did you even pick up on that anyway? It's not like what I'm saying is written down anywhere. We just know. Back to you, Aqua. So, you're done with the game? There's quite a lot of things I need to polish and fix, but players can enjoy the experience from start to finish. What kind of feedback do you give people for a video game? That depends on the game, but in Aqua's case, most of my advice was about the pacing, control, and UI UX. It must be fun to finish working on your creation. It surely removed some of the weight on my chest. Neil would be your dyslexic enemy. Exactly. Just to replace it with another weight. You mean there's still more to come after you're done? I'm not done with my book. I just lost my job. And if I can't finish this draft on time, I'm done. And even after all that, if it doesn't sell well, I'm even more done. Doubly done. I'm sorry to hear that, Freya. But please be more confident. I'm even starting to doubt myself. I read some of your short stories, you know. After our first meeting, I subscribed to the Evening Whispers app, and then I read some of the stuff you wrote. They're really good, you know. Some of them are better than others. But it's still an enjoyable experience to read them, so I'm excited to check out your book once it's done. You're too kind, Aqua. What you're going through is more or less the same as what Myrtle's going through, so I'm sure you'll both be fine. Ugh. You don't have to talk about it in front of other people. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. It's just that sharing is caring, you know? Okay. Thank you for helping me share with other people. I am really sorry. I know, I said thanks already, right? But you put so much emphasis on share. That's sarcasm, I know that. Aqua, I'm sorry if it sounded that way, but yeah, I kind of get what you're dealing with, although it's a bit different for me. What's your problem? Burnout. I've been working on something for 2 years straight. No one outside the office knows about it. And those who do don't seem to appreciate it at all. I thought Full Metal Conflict had a new game every 2 years. Yes. I don't really work on them, not directly. So what do you work on? A secret project? I'll tell you under Friendier, okay? Alright, I'm not with the paper anymore anyway. I'm part of a special team. We're tasked with making a breakthrough in the studio. We need to be able to make a prototype for a new IP. Or, worst case, another FMC game in a different genre. Isn't that a dream job for some people? That's what I thought, at first. You're a writer, right? Imagine being a writer, but you can't publish anything you write. For years. That doesn't sound like a pleasant situation at all. My team has been making pitches, dozens of them, hundreds, thousands. Out of all those countless pitches, only a handful got approved for prototyping, and so far none of the prototypes have been approved. Ouch. There's only 7 of us on the team. The 7 samurai, that's what they said. So you haven't released anything for the last 2 years? Sometimes our team works to support others. When they're going through a crunch cycle, they need to hit an almost impossible target. We jump in. No wonder you folks were considered the 7 samurai. I guess, yeah. By the way, Myrtle, I just realised. What? Usually developers get their vacation time after finishing a project, right? More or less, yeah. When was the last time you had a vacation? ... Before I joined this company, I guess. That's like 4 years ago. Uh-huh. Dude, no wonder you're so burned out. Uh-oh, Aqua's getting angry. Oh no. Yes, that's why. You need a vacation. But I can't just take one. You can. In fact, you will do it tomorrow. But tomorrow is... I'm not done yet. You will take tomorrow, the day after, and another day after off. But where should I go? Let me guess, Couchella. Don't worry, I can take care of that. You will? I'm going with you for this long weekend vacation. What about Max West? That's not this weekend. Forget about it for now. Hey, okay. But I can't do it tomorrow. How about starting Friday? It's still a long weekend getaway, right? Alright. Oh, I'm so excited. Wow, Aqua, you look like a different person. Really? I'm sorry. Don't be. Okay, it's settled then. I need to go home now and prepare for our getaway. I'll come with you. To my apartment? No, we'll walk together to the bus stop, just like last time. Oh, okay then. Everyone, see you next week, okay? Have fun. Take care out there. May you find your joy during your vacation. I totally forgot Neil was even there. Aqua forgets we live in a capitalist world, exactly. Okay, see you folks later. I'm gonna have a drink. Sorry about that weird squeak. Vacation, huh? You definitely need one, Freya. I know, but not now. We all need an Aqua in our life. It's good for our mental health. I feel that we do. I think we do all need an Aqua in our life. I don't know if this is going to be the end of this day, but I think, I know it's been an even shorter stream than my other short streams lately, but I think I'm going to stop because my voice is starting to hurt again. Because there's just so much talking. And all trying to do the voices and stuff as well, I don't think helps, so maybe should have not done that. But not now. I've got to finish this draft first. As we have said before, you can do it, Miss Freya. And a Neil. Yeah, I would like a Neil in my life. Thanks, Neil. Anyway, are you going to close anytime soon? Depends. Why? I'm in the mood for some writing. Then please, take your time. You sure? Do you want another drink to be going on with? Still on the house? I definitely won't say no. Oh, I thought we were going to get to make her another drink there. Press any button. Okay. Right, what we'll do before I end the stream is go and have a look at what that endless thing is. See what that does. Friday, October the 2nd. The Evening Whispers is with the people for stricter gun laws. New healthier fury sedative might be available sooner. Action video game Raising Hell blamed for violence in schools, of course. Not the fact that everybody has guns. Right, let's save the game. Is it in options? No. Sorry, I was just wondering if that might let you make it talk for you, and I was a bit excited there. Right, let's go to the main menu. I was just gonna look at what the endless bit does. I mean, I'm pretty certain somebody came into stream the other day and was like, yeah, so like challenge mode and free brew, so you can, I think, just make drinks by doing that. And then it like figures out you get to fill in some of the drinks that we've not made yet. So let's go wild. Have we done coffee, ginger and mint before? No, let's do it. We'll just try making some drinks and see what we can make. A ginger mint coffee. Did that get added? No? Okay. Let's go coffee, cinnamon. No, the guy who was in yesterday said that it didn't affect the game or the save. Cinnamon coffee. Did that come on BrewPad? No. Maybe they don't add into here. Maybe it's just like stuff that you learn. So I think that might be, or is it the other way round? Gala had that. So if we do tea, ginger, milk, try it that way. I think this is the Fury sedative. Hang on, that added one there, didn't it? Tea, milk, ginger. Good to calm yet warm your nerves. So I reckon that is what he needs. Because I think this one we've already done. No, I didn't mean cinnamon. I didn't mean that. I meant tea, ginger, milk. Because that's the opposite way around, isn't it? Tea, milk, ginger, yeah. Could you try coffee, milk, cinnamon? Yes, I shall try that. Yeah, so that's just ginger, milk, tea. So, coffee... Have I already done coffee, milk, cinnamon? No. Okay, coffee, milk, cinnamon. Brew it. A milk cinnamon coffee. That sounds quite nice, actually. What if we do milk, honey, and milk? Honey milk. What was it that the last wanted that I did wrong? The Taytaric. Let's see if I can Google how you make it. Taytaric coffee. TT. It was TT milk, wasn't it? McLaren's just come and sat on my lap. There we go, Taytaric. I used to go to school with a guy called Tarek. Spelt like that. McLaren. He's sat on the cable for my headset now. Right, what have we not tried? Let's try some green tea drinks. Oh, we've only got one we've not discovered yet. So we've tried tea, milk and ginger, tea, ginger, cinnamon, tea, lemon, honey, tea, lemon, cinnamon, tea, milk. Now he's sat on the mouse. Why are you being annoying, cat? So let's try tea. Have we tried tea, milk, milk? No. Mickey Mac sitting in my way. Milk green tea. Is that one? No? Okay, so green tea. What have we not tried? Ginger and cinnamon, lemon and honey, lemon and cinnamon, tea and milk, lemon and cinnamon, lemon and mint, maybe? Oh no, I didn't mean that. Tea, mint and lemon. Tea, lemon and milk. Good idea. Let's try that. If this isn't the one. Mint, lemon, green tea. Tea, lemon and milk. Lemon milk green tea. Wow, it looks super unique. Didn't realise she was saying stuff to us. tea, lemon, cinnamon, tea, lemon, honey. So we want tea. Lemon, lemon, maybe? Bitter green tea. It's awesome. Where did you learn the recipe? Did we do ginger and honey? Do you already have tea, ginger, honey? That's literally just what I was thinking. I haven't already got ginger and honey. Let's try that. McLaren's like sat right in front of my PC screen now, so I can't really see what I'm doing. Ginger, honey, green tea. Nope, it's not that. Unless it's the other way round. So that was green tea, honey, ginger. Honey, ginger, green tea. Nope, not that either. Wow. Anyway, that's kind of fun. Mac, you're in my way, sweetie pie. I think that main menu. Yes. Let's try challenge mode, see what that does. Mac, can you move out the way, please, baby boy? Come and sit on my lap then. Come sit on my lap. Don't sit on the cable. Come on. Come on. Come sit down. You're in the way there, mate. You're in Mummy's way, Mackie boy. Mummy pick you up. You won't like that. There we go. Thank you. You come in to sit on my lap then? Something with milk, ginger and honey. Right, so challenge mode. Oh, and we have like half a minute to make it. So milk, ginger and honey. I would do it honey and ginger, I think. Honey, ginger, milk. Oh no, she doesn't like it. It was a sad face. Chocolate, cinnamon and honey. I would do it that way, I think. But maybe they want it literally how they're saying. If he doesn't like this, then we'll know. He didn't like it. Okay, right. So we have to do it exactly as they say. Chocolate, mint and ginger. Is he gonna like this? Yay! Phew! Drink with coffee, mint and cinnamon. We might learn some new recipes this way. Mint cinnamon coffee. He likes it. Green tea with ginger and green tea. Ooh. This might be the one that we didn't know yet. Ginger green tea. She likes it. Maybe not. Longing for a drink with milk, lemon and milk. So I guess challenge mode is just how many drinks can you make in however many time. Or before the time runs out, just keep going and going and going. Tea, lemon and ginger. Because it's adding 15 seconds, I think, every time you get one right. Oh no, he didn't like that. Tea, tea and ginger. Why didn't he like it? Did I do it the wrong way? Yes, we got time. Coffee, cinnamon and coffee. Maybe I used the wrong thing. It's Lua. We haven't seen her for a while. Phew, we got some more time. Drink with cinnamon coffee. Coffee, coffee, cinnamon. Hopefully he likes this. I think we might run out of time. Please like it. He liked it. He liked it. It's okay. Ginger and chocolate. Chocolate, milk, and ginger, I think. Maybe. I think the ginger might have needed to come first. I don't think she's going to like this. Spanish Sahara. She didn't like it. She didn't like it. Oh no. Oh no. We're going to run out of time. Honey lemon tea. Oh, we ran out of time. Ooh, that was not good. But that's interesting. Right. Let me come back here. Let's have a nosy on Twitch. See if anybody's streaming. Nobody's streaming that I follow at the moment. Let's have a look in. Where shall we see? Where shall we look? No, nothing in there. Just me. And that's just me. Anybody else streaming? Let's see what Boots is streaming. Oh, they're not streaming. They were streaming, but now they're not streaming. Interesting. See if anyone's streaming this game. There is somebody streaming it. But it's not in English. Cool. So do you know what? We will just not raid because I don't know who to raid. Irish Steve is streaming only up. Who's Irish Steve? Let me see. Oh right, yeah, they posted, but it wasn't. Let's hang on a moment. Let us see. They're starting soon, so yeah, we'll go and head over to Irish Steve. Sorry, the bloody cat sat right in my way. Let me. There we go. We'll go raid Irish Steve for the start of their stream. Thank you for joining us again today. Oh, hang on. We need the raid commands, don't we? Where are the raid commands? There we go. If you are a sub, you can take the first one. If not, you can take the second one. But yeah, I might stream again tomorrow. I'm not sure yet. If you want to find out, I normally post in Discord. There's my socials if you want to keep in touch with me as well. I'm going to get a nice hot drink, maybe put some honey in it to give my throat a bit of a rest, and we shall go and chill. But yeah, we'll go and see what Drunk Irish Steve is doing. They are playing Only Up, apparently, which Only Way is Up, is it? I'm not sure. I've not seen this game before, so we'll go and find out what it is. But yeah, thanks for joining, and I hope you have a great weekend, everybody, and I shall see you next stream, hopefully, whenever that may be. Thank you for joining, and sorry that it was short, and sorry that it sort of split up in the middle. If it did split up in the middle, that was a bit weird, but hey, there we go. Goodbye, and have a good weekend. Mwah.